Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome aboard Life Launchpad, your go-to channel for practical advice and guidance to launch your dreams into reality. I'm your host, Andrew Sabian, and today I'm back with another video. You know, I'm editing one right now. That video should be coming out tomorrow or the day after, hopefully tomorrow. But this is another video I'm working on, getting this filmed, getting this ready. It's one of those videos, it's a book club, so if you can't tell by the title, we're doing a book club meeting. I said I was gonna do these every week. Obviously I fell off a little bit. Gonna bring these back. I have a lot of books to read. Right now I'm reading Meditations by, let's just get his name again, Marcus Aurelius. Not too far in this yet, but it's all about stoicism and everything, so I'll do one of those when I finish that book or whenever I make a book club meeting. Today's video though, we're talking about, you don't know me, son. Talking about David Goggins. Can't Hurt Me. You know, this is his second book, and over 4 million copies sold. You know, New York Times bestseller. Great book. You know, I say great book about all these books, but they really are. I don't want to be like, you know, what is it called? Dramatic? Not dramatic. I don't think dramatic is the word I'm looking for. But a lot of his books are like, a lot of the books that I choose to read, I enjoy personally, because there are all these growth, different like tips. This book itself really takes you through the life story of David Goggins, where he went from being like a 300-pound man that was spraying like pesticides and whatever, and then obviously to the Navy SEAL that he became, a runner, ultra marathon runner. I mean, he's just an incredible man, breaking the pull-up record, or like, yeah, attempting it like 4 times. Superhuman man. You know, there's not many people, or I can't even think of any people that you can compare to him. But you know, he has something different about him. It's just, he's a whole different subject. But obviously, some people say he's too extreme. That's up to your own discretion. He does give a lot of good tips. He tells you just this basic idea of working past what you think. There's one thing that I noticed that he repeats a lot. It's like, when you think you're like maxed out, you're done, you've given all you can, that's realistically when you're at like 40 to 60%. Your body's at 40 to 60%. So you still have a whole lot more that you could be giving in full effort to get to your goals. You know, it might be physical, mental, educational, or anything, like any aspect of your life really. When you think you're at 100%, it's really when like you start body failure, that's when you're really giving it all. And I mean, obviously you don't want to get to that point repeatedly, but it's just knowing that your body can take more and handle a lot more than you give it credit for. So that's that. It's a really good book. I mean, it really talks about mastering, it literally says master your mind and defy the odds. This is a man that defied the odds. I mean, he wrote like he had broken ankles, was it like shin splints, or I don't think shin splints, I think it was broken ankle. He just taped up his ankle and kept on running miles. I mean, he ran an ultra marathon with 3 days notice. Like, that's incredible. And I think it's 100 miles, and he did that within 100 miles within 24 hours. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, this man really does some phenomenal stuff. He tells you about what he did, tips, you know, what kind of stuff. Oh my god. And there's pictures in it, so it's like shows you like when he used to be bigger. It also tells you about his life as a child. I forgot about that. That was very, you know, everybody has like hard come ups. Not everybody, but a lot of people have hard come ups, and he gives you little insight into his, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. Like, to come from where he is now, he's come a long way. And you know, like, a lot of respect for the man. He definitely does a great job. You probably see him on social media posting, and you know, but it's not all fake. That's one thing he like also mentions. Like, you see the social media posts of him doing what he does, but it's not all fake. He actually puts in the time. He puts in the work. It's not all a stunt, and he does all this stuff. And then he wrote this book. I mean, this book was incredible. He was in the Navy for years. He tried joining I forgot what the Army squad was, where you had to go through. You had to navigate through a forest using your map and stuff, but like, he became a ranger. He was just pushing his body to see what he could do. He just wanted to push himself as far and as hard as possible to really understand his own body's limits on what he could do, what he really was meant for. You know, he talks about, imagine coming up to, you know, after you pass away. This is like, he had this moment of realization. Imagine coming to heaven, or whatever you believe in. He says heaven, and you're like, all right, you passed away, and it says, there's a sign that tells you what about you, and it's like, this is when he was like bigger than like fat, 280, 300 pounds, and it's like Navy SEAL, speaker, writer, all this ultra marathon runner, and he's looking at himself, and it's like, that's not me. And then there's like whatever, God, angels, whatever, telling him, they're like, yeah, but that's what you could have and should have been. You don't ever want to waste what potential was given to you. There's a lot more that you can get out of yourself if you are willing to put in the time, the effort, and really just go out and, you know, reach it and seek it. And that's all he really wants. Is like, really, all I'm saying is, like, over and over, I'm repeating the same thing, where it's like, you have to push yourself. You have to work hard. There's a lot more that you are destined for and you can achieve. So it's really about mastering your mind, beating the, you know, subconscious thought that like tell you you can't, tell you you're not this, tell you you're not good enough, you don't have time, you're being realistic, yeah, you're dreaming, yes, but you are working towards it. So that's basically the idea of the book. You know, it's a long book, but it's flew through this. I mean, these chapters are like 15 to 25 pages long, and I'd like to read a chapter at a time, and I was just flying right through it. So really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it. I'll throw a link in the description for it. It's a great book. So definitely, I mean, it was definitely a great read. People may clown him, you know, like, oh, David Goggins supporters, but I mean, he's got some great information. I mean, he wouldn't be who he is now if he didn't know what he was doing or actually do it himself. So that's all I have to say. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, the power to transform your lives lies within you. Don't stop learning. Don't stop growing. Don't stop launching towards your dreams. I'm Andrea Savina from Life Launchpad, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.